what it do? I'm late. Good morning. Hey, Nikia. Good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Sorry I'm late. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Sorry I wasn't here. Good morning. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I had a conference I had to host yesterday. The Impact Youth Summit. I had to host the Impact Youth Summit yesterday. And what that is there was a summit of professionals who are tasked with juvenile justice, social work, mental health amongst young people, and it was something else. It was something else, man. Listen, as we watch violence spike amongst young people across our country, we don't tap into the people who do the work all the time. And I was in front of them yesterday, and by sitting in front of those people, I had a sense of what it's going to take to stop youth violence. What's it going to take to stop youth violence is what we're going to talk about this morning here on Joe Clair Live. Y'all ready to get it in? If that's a good topic, give me a thumbs up. What it's going to take to stop youth violence is the topic this morning. Joe Clair Live. Y'all think that's something we should be discussing? Huh? Y'all think that's a worthy topic? Huh? Digger, what it do? Who with me? Yeah, Darnell say yeah. Anybody who thinks we should be talking about how to stop youth violence, give me a thumbs up. I sat in on, that's why I was yesterday morning. That's why I was not here. I was moderating a panel yesterday morning. Beautiful. Let's get into it right after we get into a moment of clarity. Morning, all of y'all. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing this morning? It is 9:13 in the morning time. Joe Clair Live. This morning's moment of clarity. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Namste this morning. Good morning, everybody. So yesterday morning, I started my morning talking about the problem of youth violence in our society. And in sitting in that discussion, so many things were revealed about human nature. And it didn't have to do with just juveniles. It had to do with grown people. It had to do with old people. It had to do with men, women, trans, gay, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. It had to deal with their siblings. It had to do with their peers. It had to do with society at large. And then I ended my day with senior citizens. as I hosted Angela Also Brooks, my county executive, Angela Also Brooks's 9th annual family barbecue, and that was mostly seniors. And in listening to them about what it takes for them to be able to do what they do, it wasn't about just seniors. It was about younger people, young men, young women, trans, gay, whatever, the juveniles and everything else, and society at large. This morning's moment of clarity is just a reminder that it does take a village. And as you go through your day and you come up against your trials and your tribulations, you're going to need help from your village, your support. Wherever it comes from, do not hesitate to go seek it, find it, get it, use it to go to the next level, to keep progress moving forward, to continue to move upwardly or forward or whatever you want to call it. We all will have to count on, we will all have to count on our support system. Some people's support systems are in their phone. Some people's support systems are in their homes. Some people's support systems are at the church. Some people's support systems are at their business. Wherever you get it from, make sure that you tap into it and use it, because we are all going to need it for all of our lives. Moving forward, you going, getting to it. Get to it. I spent my time once again with young people talking about youth violence in the morning, and then I was with the senior citizens in the evening. And the one thing that I saw that we all gonna need is that support system. You understand? You understand? Is everybody feeling me this morning? Is everybody coming with me this morning? Huh? Is everybody coming with me this morning? You gonna need a friend. Sometimes that friend is Jesus. Sometimes you call on, but other times you need to go drink a beer with your partner. That's your support system. Sometimes women sit around with her and her girlfriends and bottles of wine. That's your support system. That's your support system. Sometimes it's grandma and them, your aunties. But sometimes it's the neighbor. Sometimes it's a coworker who you've come to be friends with. Get that support system in place, because no man is an island, and we cannot do it all alone. I'm telling you some real shit, and we got big challenges to face. That's your moment of clarity. Namaste, everybody. Amen, and I bow down to the divine in each and every one of you. Amen. What'd you say, Mo Digga? Turn the... So it's 9:18 in the morning time. Mo Digga. Everybody, my man Mo Diggs is here. He is the person who taught me how to introduce me to making this music stuff. And Uncle Stevie in the building as well. He told me turn the strings down and turn the drums up. Hey, LaShonda Janice. Good morning, Troy. Good morning, Shireen. He told me turn the drums up, turn the strings down. I'll do that when I do the whole record. But for here in the morning time, we're going to let this roll like this. I wasn't here on Monday. I had to go get a new tooth. So on Monday, I went and got a new tooth. That's why I sent a picture from me at the dentist on Monday. I'm sorry I missed the broadcast, but I had to get a new tooth. Oh, Stephanie, you lost your tooth? Digga, everybody come for the strings, digga. We're going to talk about youth violence this morning, stopping youth violence. It's 9:20 in the morning time. in just a minute. I don't know if y'all saw this video though, but before we get to that, I need to show y'all this right here. Y'all see this? This is the women of Morgan State, 1991. Now, I graduated in 92. These are my classmates. Have y'all seen this video circulating? Have y'all seen this video circulating around the internet? Yes, indeed. These are my classmates. The beautiful thing about this video is that we're looking at doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, mothers, wives, community builders. You see the deltas right there, the zetas is right there. They had these women that I'm looking at right now have all become incredible professionals, all manner of professionals, administrators and executives. That's Chris Webber's wife right there. That's my girl Erica. Hey Kim, how you doing this morning? Real hair, clothes on, keeping it $150. That's my girl Maya right there. There's Nikki. Man, I know all Kim. I know all these girls. Kim Kozart. She was in the psychology department with me. My girl Sunshine. Yes, indeed, man. So look out for that video. I had to turn the music down on that one. It's got music under it, and I don't want to get flagged. But yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And a couple of, anything. I'm going to leave that alone. Anyway. Let's have a discussion. All right, y'all. It's 9:22 in the morning time. Finger waves and French rolls. You damn right they did. They was killing it at Morgan State 92. And I'm super proud of that video because it's us. You know what I mean? That's us. Those women are now hitting 50 and still out here doing it. Still out here killing the game. You understand what I mean? Like your boy. Anyway, Patrick, what's up? D, what's up? Charlie Joe. Omar said he got there in 94. Oh, you got there in 90 and left in 94. Dwayne Speed say 50 the new 40. I don't know about that. I feel 50 as shit. Yeah, D, I'm Brooks. I'm silly. I'm silly as a mother. So good morning, everybody. 9:23. Sorry I missed the last 2 days. Monday, I had a very important dentist appointment. Had to get a new tooth. Can't wait to get these bleached because the rest of them yellow as a motherfucker. I was on Wisconsin Avenue the other day and I smiled. And the traffic slowed down. That's how much. Anyway, let's talk about Saturday night. Donnell came through. Saturday night, Finesse Mitchell, A.G. White, Mike Brooks. Finesse Mitchell, my frat brother. Let me tell you, the show was phenomenal on Saturday night. The show was phenomenal on Saturday night. And I'ma say this, and this is against nobody else. I am funny as shit. You hear me? Oh, Jerry, you got jokes? Jerry Maguire got jokes, everybody. Jerry, I'm the only one with the jokes over here. But if you want to get into it. Yeah. Butter the whole loaf of bread, head ass. Your mother. I'm going straight there, Jerry. Your mother. I was in the middle of doing self-deprecating jokes. And you jumped in there to throw a stone at me when I was throwing a stone at myself? Your mother, Jerry. Your mother. Tell that nigga I said hello. Yeah, your mother. Tell that nigga I said what's up. He got some big ass titties. Your mother, nigga. Your mother, Jerry. Uh-huh. That nigga mother got some big ass titties with hair all over them. Thank you, Regina. Yeah, this nigga mother got titties with hair from here. It's like beard hair too. And not just in the middle, like on the actual titty. It's beard hair. Your mother, Jerry. Your mother, Jerry. No, Davey, don't jump into this. Do not jump in this. George Jackson says you not funny, 66. Yes, I am, George. I've been getting money for this for 30 motherfucking years. I'm hilarious, George. You might be new or you slow, my nigga. But I'm hilarious. And you can catch it too. Listen, I just finished trying to do some Namste, some beautifulness over here. But if y'all want to come in here and bring the see, what we do here on Joe Clair Live in the morning is I take all the ugly and leave it elsewhere, and we do beauty over here. But if you want to, I will indulge you. What's his name? George Jackson. This nigga say, let's go one-on-one. You don't want this, George. You ain't even got your real picture up, nigga. Who the fuck is you? You got a picture of another nigga up. Get the fuck out of here. We don't fuck with niggas like you. You suspect. You a spy. Get the fuck out of here. You work for Trump, nigga. We don't fuck with you. We don't even know you, nigga. He got Malcolm X picture up. Fake. This nigga said, let me come on. For what? I don't know you, nigga. You can't come on my live. Fuck no. Dirty ass nigga. Do it from all. You started on the keypad. Say it on the keypad, dirt boy. This nigga named George Jr. after his mother. This nigga mother named George. This nigga mother name is George. And this nigga mother named George. He talking about I'ma take you down. When? You can't, George. You can't. You gotta stay over there in your cubicle and keep typing, my nigga. We was trying to talk about youth violence this morning, but the people who vibrate on low, see, George vibrates on a low frequency. George, we on high frequencies, man. You gotta come on up. We're not gonna do that this morning. Yesterday, I sat in on 2 panels. The first panel I sat in on, first of all, George, before we get into that, I don't know if you know I have a history as a social worker. And I serve the youth. He said he about to go live on me. Please do, George. Go ahead. We got other work to do over here. My shit is solidified. my shit 100%. Wise man once told me, don't argue with fools, because niggas from a distance can't tell who is who. By all means, George, go do your thing. Let's do a commercial break, and then we're going to get into stopping some of this youth violence real quick. And why do niggas like to do that? Be wanting to joan or go make some money with that shit. This is what we going to do, George. George, go make money doing comedy. Don't come for me. Go make some money doing this shit.
Everybody seems to want me gone, but fuck it, they wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me gone, but fuck it, they all characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I been out here killing it, still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been. Born suspect, but a nigga been innocent. Man up on them and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that you didn't know. Getting mo. Why you hating on her black girl magic? Her black girl drive, all her black girl savage. So divine that she had to hashtag it. Her life matters and she had to have added. She been out here killing it. Hitting figure, but you acting like she ignorant. Paying her less, still magnificent. Watch her shatter that glass into little bits. Master degrees while you mastering mad. Master a master, holding you back. Master a madness and average. Basic and tragic, trash in her passion. Say he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they all y'all wrong. You done blackball me, redline me, whitewash me, still can't define me. Try and dick me down and then still deny me. Yeah, try and fuck me, sneak up behind me, but boom, I ain't bought up blindly, so boom, you ain't gotta remind me, cause bitch, my mind be like a flower in bloom. Sky with a room, that's the life assignment, and whom, what's and never should try me, then boom, big boom from what's behind me. Full pack of black excellent facts, black excellent acts, black excellent stats. Won't succumb to your bum ass acts, and when your bum ass come ass, I done no jack, and when your young ass come ass, I run that back, cause all my scholars had scars all upon they back. Now let's go. He don't like me, she don't like me, everybody seems to want me. Gone, 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 but fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me, everybody seems to want me. Gone, 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 but fuck it, they all y'all wrong. I said he don't like me, she don't like me, everybody seems to want me. Gone, 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 but fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me, everybody seems to want me. Gone,
Share this live.
gone, fuck it, they
Share this
all
live.
y'all wrong.
Boom. Share this live with people. If you think of somebody can get some value out of what we do over here each and every morning, please share this live with them and tell them we over here trying to uplift, be inspirational, and go above the bullshit. George and them came over here with that bullshit this morning. George, I'm not entertaining you in that garbage. I'm in a good headspace. I'm not letting you drag me back down. He tried to drag me back down. I'm going this way. We going up, George. This morning, we need to talk about youth violence. Lisa B, not you spitting, who knew? Everybody knew Lisa. Lisa B said that, who knew? Everybody knew Lisa. You ain't watched the you ain't never watched Rap City? I started the booth. Come on, Lisa. I used to eat these niggas up every day. Matter of fact, hey Lisa. One more time, let me run this motherfucker again. Hey Lisa. Nah, I ain't gonna do it again. So, thank you, George. Salute my brother. Salute my good brother. Jason, what's up? So everybody, on Saturday, on Sunday, my son had a game. So I got up bright and early on Sunday morning after doing my comedy shows. Them 2 shows on Saturday night that were phenomenal. My son had basketball games. I walk in, and guess who walks in the gym as one of the coaches of one of the teams? It's Jay Son. Jay Son's team played my son's team. And he's Coach Jay. So y'all gotta give him some more. Give Jay Son his love this morning. And I know he's over here being militant and things of that nature. Or he comes in here saying, where the bitches at? But he is a brother driven by the responsibility and obligation to take care of our own. And I was super psyched to see you the other day, Jay. I was super psyched to see you the other day, Jay. So give him his love. Representing the great Ward 8. He's out here doing the work that everybody says needs to be done. Yeah, nah, when you see a motherfucker do the work, Jay does the work. Everybody say, well, how? So, which brings us to youth violence in America and specifically in our city. So yesterday, I was part of the, I want to make sure I say the name correctly, everybody. I was part of the Youth Development Impact Conference yesterday, and it was held in Northwest DC. And so let's start there. Muriel Bowser. So let's start right there with what George says. George says DC needs another mayor. It's been violence under every mayor. I don't remember a mayor where violence in Washington DC was not an issue. Where youth violence in Washington DC was not an issue. So DC may need another mayor, but it ain't because of the and every other city needs a new mayor, because every major city in the United States is grappling with youth violence and youth crime. The statistics are through the roof. And sitting on that panel yesterday with the people who do the work. With George, I'm not a DC resident, so I'm not going to argue with you about the mayor. But here's what I'll say. When I was sitting there yesterday with the people who actually do the work, the people who are there, these are the professionals. What you're looking at is a picture of just a small number of some of the professionals who actually do the work. These are your social workers. These are your people who work in the juvenile justice system. These are the and look at Jay's son talking about, I want to date the mayor though. These people right here do that work. These are administrators and everything else. And I was sitting in on the youth violence panel. They had panels about adolescent development. They had panels about juvenile recidivism. They had panels all day yesterday and discussions all day yesterday. Some people were from law enforcement. Some people were from, they come from the social services. And other people came from churches and community organizations. And some people came from the private sector. You have some people some companies stand by what they say when they say they commit or are pledging resources to make a better community. If they make money off of that community, they say, okay, boom, here's the part where we give back to the community. And got you, George. And sitting there with those people and listening to them, I'm going to say this again. One second, Jay. I don't want to hear what you have to say. This is what all of them basically said yesterday. It is going to take everybody. Youth violence in America is a all hands on deck problem that needs an all hands on deck solution. The school system can't fix enough of the problem by itself. The legal system can't fix enough of the problem by itself. The parents can't fix enough of the problem by themselves. Social media, even if it was responsible, can't fix enough of the problems by themselves. The church can't fix enough of the problem by itself. The government cannot fix enough of the problem by itself for it not to affect the rest. It's going to take all of those things that I just mentioned, along with each of us, along with each one of us, you to get involved in some way, shape, or form to do a cultural overhaul. Short of that, this problem is going to persist, fester. It's going to fester and get worse. It's going to persist and fester. We have gotten to the point, just like at some point we're going to reach, if we don't take measurable steps, we are going to hit a point in climate change where there's no return, where you can't come back from it. And then it's going to be everybody's problem. The same can be said to a smaller degree about youth violence in America. These kids, first of all, that pandemic, that 2 years, we're adults who went through 2 years of a pandemic, staying home, distancing. But for somebody who was in the middle of their formative years, there are different implications for what that 2 years meant. And if you went through that 2 years and you had what they call feckless parents or ineffective parents or parents who just didn't give a fuck, and you didn't have a support system, and school wasn't a priority and all those other things, you went basically further down the rabbit hole. This became your main, for some kids, it became their best friend. And what does your best friend tell you? Well, this best friend tells you you have to either look as good or better than the people on here. So if they did a crime, you got to do a crime as just as heinous or bigger. That's the thinking of the young people. If they see you on here stunting, they believe that they should be stunting too. If they see snatch and grabs, they say, well, shit, I can do that and we can do it better. If they hear that the ops got taken out with shit, we need to take out the ops out here. What I heard yesterday were also overworked and frustrated workers. People who do the work of youth empowerment, youth service, include my man Jay's son. They're overworked, they're tired. There's always a lack of resources. There's never enough money spent on problems. We always spend money on conveniences. America will spend money on conveniences 10 times quicker than America will spend money on problems. You understand? And Troy says social media and the internet turn these youth into monsters. Well, Troy, I think it's a little more involved than that, because what was turning them into monsters in the 90s, when the homicide rate was double what it is now, when the crime rate was 2 and 3 times what it is now. We didn't have social media. What was making them monsters then? So Troy, what I gathered yesterday is that there is trauma that is called you just got it rough that does not get trauma that does not get 1, identified, 2, processed, 3, treated. So you and I, Troy, if you, my generation, what we came through trauma thinking we all right, we made it. I watched my trauma play out in my home and had to fix it 30, 40 years later. You and I may be walking around with trauma that we just call every day, that's just the way it is. We didn't think of it like that. Then you sit down with a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, or somebody who know, or somebody in that field, and they be like, you went through a ton of trauma. And think about it. Even and some is very intense trauma, and some are subtle. Let's put it this way. You know how we were latchkey kids and we came home by ourselves, made ourselves a sandwich, or some snack, did our homework, went outside and played, wait till mom and dad came home, and that was that, right? That wasn't easy for every kid. Some of those kids grew up feeling abandoned. Some of those kids grew up wanted revenge because the workplace took their parents away from them. Some of those kids grew up with mommy and daddy issues because they were latchkey kids. Since we didn't have therapy, or at least it wasn't popular to go see a therapist back in the day, we carried that with us into adulthood. And for us, we like, it's nothing. We got it. It's not a goddamn thing. But if you never dealt with that trauma and you still feel vengeful or abandoned or any of those other things, you carry that into your workplace, your family, your current relationships, and everything else. So you can imagine what's going on with us as adults. Imagine what happened with these kids who had to sit home for 2 years. And what if you had to sit home for 2 years with parents who didn't give a shit about you? So you in the house with them every day. For some kids, school was a release from the shitty household that they growing up in. Y'all know what, I'm not, listen, I ain't making this up. If you had to stay in that shitty household for 2 years, imagine what it's like when you get to come back out. Everybody ain't a parent like you. Everybody doesn't do what you do. Those parents who are around here dropping kids off at school and, making sure you show up at every game and all that other shit, everybody don't have that. Everybody doesn't have that. So what happens to the kid who's sitting there envying the fact that this person's mother and father are there for them? Now they feel envy. Now they might be sitting there saying, man, my mother and father ain't shit, or I ain't shit. And then they have this to feed them all kinds of images and messages. And then you got your whole life to go out here and whatever the fuck. And that's why we're seeing kids show up. There was a 14-year-old kid here, either in DC or Maryland, 2-parent household, great grades in school, all of that. And if I'm not mistaken, he shot a kid. And he's been arrested and everything else. His parents may have been ineffective. His parents may have been just chasing that paycheck to make sure that they can provide for him the things that they need to provide for him, which nobody will ever fault them for. However, just like when you get your report card, you may be getting an A in science, but you forgot about doing the math. It happens, and it's happening more so because we've accelerated how we take in our world, how we digest, how we eat our world. It used to be, you could remember television had 3 channels when you was a kid. Got to make a choice. You even watch channel 9, channel 7, channel 4, ABC, NBC, CBS, and then them other channels had some other shit on it. Then cable came out. Then you had 1,000 fucking channels. Now you got to make a decision. I got to roll, but don't forget my statement. Hold on. What's your statement, Jay? What's your statement, Jay? I know this sounds crazy, but I have the answer. Well, Jay, we need your answer. We need your answer. We need everybody's answer, Jay. And we need to have more discussions. I think you and I need to sit down and have Jay, I think we need to plan our own panel. And I think we need to do quarterly and monthly discussions. Everybody's talking about, we need to have more discussions like this. I'm ready to do it. T says, Joe, where would one look to get a therapist? You could start, to tell you the truth, you can start with your job. You know your job, a lot of jobs now have in their health plan, they have, you can, mental health. You can start with your physician. Your primary care physician can tell you how to go about finding a therapist. That's where you would start. And then you can always Google therapists in your area. Or if there's a certain type of therapist you want to look for, you can put in Black woman seeks therapist in Google. And watch what Google spits back out. And you start making phone calls from there. Church. My man Kev said he met his therapist at church. Job, a doctor, free ones online. Shireen says you can go to your job, you can go to the doctor, or there's free ones online. Yes, they have free online therapists. And what I learned from therapy and counseling is that, shit, man, how powerful I get when I get to get everything off my chest. When I get to get everything out of my head and into someone else's lap. And basically you get to look at this shit that you just put in their lap. And you know what, that's silly. This is the one I need to focus on. Thank you so much for helping me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see if your therapist is covered under your health plan. Shireen says she got 3 free counseling because I was a domestic violence survivor. So I have been going for 5 years to the House of Ruth. Yes, indeed. Where is the House of Ruth located? Is it here in D.C.? Because I remember where it used to be in Northwest, and now I don't know where it is. Hey, Angie. Angie said, I missed your loud ass. I'm sorry, Angie. I had obligations the last couple of days. D says, I agree, Joe. I felt like I was beat the hell up after counseling because I was holding so much bull junk in. And most of us are. I know that's how, when I get to get this shit off my chest, whoo! Woo! Real shit. So, Michael Moore, thank you so very much. All of this, everybody, is coming because yesterday I sat in and moderated a panel. It was called these are social workers, law enforcement, people who work with juvenile justice, people who work with different community organizations and everything else. And I was the moderator of that panel yesterday. We've got a lot of work to do. And the way that America is set up is not set up for you to do the work on yourself. America is set up for you to get your big head ass up and work. If you want money, you got to work. You want money, you got to work. And everybody wants money. You want to pay your bills, you got to work. Everybody wants to pay their bills. You want a bigger car like your neighbor, you got to work, right? And so today, more so than ever before, we realize that we need help. We need somebody to talk to, men and women, boys and girls, every gender, every race, every color, creed, height, weight, everything. Because we keep it in, and we are living in a modern time full of modern pressures and problems, some of which can be mitigated away, others which are very, very real and can cause a type of psychosis that we have yet to identify and process. And a lot of us are walking around with it. We're fatigued from our jobs. We're fatigued from the 24-hour news cycle. We're fatigued from politics. We're fatigued from finance and all of those issues. We're fatigued from hearing about how our relationships are supposed to be. I'm fatigued from so many different opinions. I got to turn that motherfucker off. I left this junk. I left this phone down here all day. Last night when I got home, I just picked it up at about 7 o'clock this morning after I finished my workout. Basically because it's too much. It's an overload of opinions, what you should be doing, people telling you they know what the fuck they doing, so on and so forth. And it's got us, some of us, not all of us, but some of us on this goddamn rat race in our head, that wheel, that spinning wheel, that gerbil hamster wheel in our heads. And it will lead you down, it can lead you down a path, if it's unidentified, of finding yourself saying, man, I cannot deal with this. What's wrong with me? I see everybody else walking around fine. What's wrong with me? And it may have to do with the influences that you're taking in, the things that you are spending your time with and around. Blow your head up. And that fatigue is real. So sometimes you got to put that phone there. And George, that's why this hour that we do in the morning is, I try to keep as much, I love to joan on niggas all day. But to be quite honest, we need reprieve from that. We need to get we need some cushion between ourselves, our highest selves, our best, brightest, and highest selves, and this swamp of muck that we are wallowing in and day out in social media, our jobs, regular television, cable, Netflix, and everything else. We're wallowing in all of this shit, wading through and trying to get through all of this garbage. And, we have to take steps to get through. And that's what this hour is for. Some upliftment, some inspiration, some jokes, some laughs. I try my best not to talk about people. I'll talk about myself, and then we'll have some fun. And try to for 1 hour. You feel what I'm saying? 1 hour. You got a studio already, George, or you need a studio? Because I might be able to help you identify some funds that can get that done. But we can talk offline. Shoot me a DM. And that's what that's for. And make sure if you are in a position to help other people, make sure you do. When you need help from other people, make sure you ask. That's the hard part. Asking for help, especially for us men. Man, listen. Well, George, give me a call. Before you build it, let's have a conversation. Because studios can become more of a headache than you bargained for if not one, built right, two, managed right. And we could talk about it. I want everybody to go have a great day. I'm going to leave y'all with this video one more time. This speaks to that. They wanted me gone. It feels like, as a black man, it always feels like they want me gone. But y'all motherfuckers wrong. I'll see y'all later. Don't judge me. Thanks, Uncle Stevie. Thanks, Thanks,
like
Uncle
me.
Stevie.
She don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Caught up in the characters of America's fucked up narrative. They say the straight black man in the black community is a terrorist. Straight black man can't never win. Straight black man is gon' need a therapist. Cause the straight black man is the worst that it's ever been. Blaming me for shit I ain't never did. Man, can't a nigga ever live? Can't a nigga ever live? I've been out here killing it. Still trying to sell me that I'm ignorant. Demon can't tell I'm different and diligent. Demon can't tell what a nigga been. Born suspect, what a nigga been innocent. Man up on them and they mark you as militant. Mark you as mad and belligerent. Man, fuck y'all images, fuck they images. He don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. Who you calling a bitch though? What is you calling her a bitch for? Watch that bitch glow, watch that bitch blow. See, that's the part there that you didn't know. Getting mo. Why you hating on her black girl magic? Her black girl drive, all her black girl savage. So divine that she had to hashtag it. Her life matters and she had to have added. She been out here killing it. Hitting figure, but you acting like she ignorant. Paying her less, still magnificent. Watch her shatter that glass into little bits. Master degrees while you mastering mad. Master a master, holding you back. Master a madness and average. Basic and tragic, trash in her passion. Say he don't like me, she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, they wrong, wrong, wrong. Say he don't like me and she don't like me. Everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone, gone. But fuck it, man, all y'all wrong. You done blackball me, redline me, whitewash me, still can't define me. Try and dick me down and then still deny me. Yeah, try and fuck me, sneak up behind me, but boom, I ain't bought up blinded, so boom, you ain't gotta remind me, cause bitch, my mind be like a flower in bloom. Sky with a room, that's the life assignment, and whom, what's and never should try me, then boom, big boom from what's behind me. Full pack of black excellent facts, black excellent acts, black excellent stats. Won't succumb to your bum ass acts, and when your bum ass come ass, I done no jack, and when your young ass come ass, I run that back, cause all my scholars had scars all upon they back. Now let's go. He don't like me, she don't like me, everybody seems to want me. Gone, gone,